Well, hey there, crypto friends. Thanks again for joining me. So today I have a special guest on the channel. Please help me welcome Victor Sodermark to the channel. Thanks for joining me here, Victor.
Thank you. I've actually been a long-term fan of your work, so it's a true honor. And as I told you before here, before we went live, you're actually popping my chair here with the first interview.
First
So that's
interview
really cool.
ever. I love it.
Yes. So I'm super excited to share with you all the amazing things that we're doing with Mimer, and let's dive into it.
Yeah. So, I took a look at Mimer and I like the direction you guys are going with this. In particular, the first game you guys are launching here with the quiz. But before we jump into what Mimer is as a company and what you guys are going to be offering here pretty soon, tell me just a little bit about yourself, just a quick cliff notes about Victor and how you came about this idea here in crypto with this new company.
Yeah. So in essence, I went down the rabbit hole of crypto and blockchain roughly 4.5 years ago, mainly as a retail investor. But I've been on the sidelines for some years where I have had a very keen interest, and I've just waited for these amazing people in this space to actually build and utilize this amazing technology and build really cool stuff. But a frustration point from my end has been that some of the things that I have visualized that blockchain technology can be used for hasn't really come to life. So that's the main focal point and something that is really a dream coming true. To be part of this space and actually be part of building this decentralized gaming revolution. So that's the overall idea behind the project in that sense. My other background is that I've been involved in some minor crypto projects. So this is our first rodeo in the sense that we are actually doing this as founders and as at a larger scale in that sense. So it's really cool. It's a steep learning curve, but we have an amazing advisory board that have been in the crypto space for many years. To mention one part of that is that we have a legal advisor with us that actually helped launch Ethereum, and that's been working in the space for over 9 years. So we're super excited to get things going.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys are really setting it up here for for kind of knocking out the park. And with the fact that everything I think in the crypto space it moves so fast, and I take it for granted as well. I'm always like, why haven't we got here? Why aren't medical records on here? Why are we using NFTs for our housing documents, things like that? And it's like you want to move things move fast, but adoption of things in the real world and the mainstream is not so easy. But I think they were making some inroads there, and I think the product you guys have is actually one that can actually reach that mainstream audience in a way that obfuscates the crypto side of it enough and provides enough fun and value to get people interested, right? So why don't you tell us about Mimer as a company, and then what you guys coming out with this first quiz game, Mimer Quiz?
Yeah, for sure. So for starters, which is something quite unique in this space, is the fact that we are totally transparent with our whole team, and we actually have a real company behind the operation. So it's a Swedish registered company. We're a gaming studio out of Stockholm, Sweden. Sweden is known for many things, and one of them, of course, our innovation and our tech side with launching Battlefield and many other cool games that have come out. So in essence, it's something very cool to be part of. We're launching this Mimer quiz at during the first week of November. And that is something that is also quite unique in that sense, that we're launching our token in the form of an IEO and an IDO. So we will be both on a centralized exchange as well as
decentralized. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, correct.
Like
so in that sense, it's cool that we released the token, and merely days after releasing our token, we actually launched our first product. And that's something that not a lot of people do in this space. So I think that's something that really proves that we are not only delivering on our promises, but that we have a fast pace and want to really be part of building a decentralized gaming economy and everything that comes with it.
Yeah, I think that you make a really important point there. There are a lot of projects that are using crypto or NFTs in particular to raise capital ahead of doing the work, which I mean, given the right situation and the right combination of team members and things of that nature, it would make sense to support a game if you really believe in that. But to be able to have a game come out at the same time as the token, which makes sense. You know, the token should launch just before a game like this that uses the token launches. You know, if you're doing it ahead of time, yeah, as just a fundraising thing, there is a big chance that somehow that company could go under or get rug pulled before it happens or whatever it may be. But being this far along in the development cycle, where you're pretty much ready to release this game in like less than a month, I think that is a pretty safe bet for most people out there. And you know, a quiz game like this, I think, makes a lot of sense, being something that you know, makes crypto approachable, right, and makes playing to earn in a very simple format. You know, a mobile-based game that a lot of people can get on board with. There's a lot of other play to earn games out there that are mobile, but they're very I would say they're kind of niche games, right? They're games that appeal to a very niche audience. They're like an action RPG, or you know, like a farming type of game. And only so many people are going to play that. But these quiz types of games, where they're interactive, they're live, they're you know, you can win prizes in them. Those things are those apps are that, you know, have taken you know, a lot of places by storm, man, where people are using these all the time. And so if there's a good incentive to be able to be using that particular app, I think it could really bring in a lot of mainstream people. So tell us a little bit about this MIMIR quiz that you guys are launching here.
Yeah, so you're touching,
and then we'll talk about the token.
Yeah, so in essence, you're touching on a very interesting point here. So in essence, when I more or less came up with the idea behind the MIMIR quiz that we're launching, it was actually based in the sense that I played a lot of different crypto games, but I was really frustrated with the fact that we are in a bull run. And many projects rush their products out to the market because they want to be part of this exploding astronomical price journey with their token. Or
you can't blame them, but I understand. Yeah, I understand. You can't blame them. I get it.
The interesting thing here is that my overall vision with our company and with the games we are launching, it's not a key in the sense to have a good price performance. That's a bonus. What we actually want to do is to bring a use case and utility with the blockchain technology, and that's the like I mentioned in the first stage here, that's something that everyone is really waiting for. What will be the next big thing that really brings blockchain technology to the masses? And the cool thing about our project is that we're actually launching a quiz and trivia game, and quiz games are probably the most proven, universal, and popular game mode of all times. And it seems for some reason that a lot of people in this space have just overlooked it. So there are over 350 million people playing quiz and trivia games on their smartphones and mobile devices. Wow, so in essence, we have a huge opportunity to launch a game based on blockchain technology and powered by play to earn, where people that play quiz games today actually can get a huge opportunity and a huge reward for shifting from the current status where they have to pay for a monthly fee to play quiz games, or they play a free version where they are stuck with they're stuck with annoying ads, and they're stuck with limited gaming options. So we deliver 100% free to play game where you can download it from Google Play and App Store, and on top of that, there will never be any ads at all. And the best part about it is that we are actually going to pay you for your playtime, and also have really cool features that really brings a lot of excitement and the possibility to win really big prizes in our games. So that's something really cool.
Everyone loves big prizes, and everyone on in my community, we love play to earn, man. If you've watched the videos, you know that's a big thing for me in the community. You know, being able to play games we already love and earn real world value in them, and it sounds like Mimer with the Mimer token is able to do that. Now, when it comes to these questions that you guys are loading in the quizzes, they're not going to be cryptocurrency focused, right? There may be some crypto stuff in there, but it's not going to be a crypto focused type of quiz thing, right?
No. So our overall idea is actually to bring this game to life in the sense that it can be played by, of course, crypto enthusiasts. Sure. But the user journey and the seamless gaming experience that we have built with this game is so cool in the sense that we add 6 different blockchain technologies in this game, but it will be just as easy and seamless to play as in any other traditional mobile game. So that's a huge highlight that we have spent a lot of hard work into completing. So in essence, that's something that a lot of crypto games actually miss out on. So I think that's super important.
Okay. Yeah, no, for sure. I think it needs to be approachable by everybody. You know, having some crypto questions in there, I think that's fun. But, you know, in general, I think that to reach that mainstream audience, you really have to have, it be, we'll say, generic enough. In this term, it's not bad. I think it has to be,
But to answer your question, we're going to have two different game modes. So one is a traditional quiz game in the sense that you are playing a round-based game against an opponent, so 1 versus 1, and then you will have different categories with a database with over 100,000 questions, and some of them will, of course, be crypto questions. Right. But the highlight of our app is actually the live shows, the live tournaments that are broadcasted out of Stockholm, Sweden here, many different live shows each day. And we tailor those quizzes, and we write them ourselves, actually. So, of course, we'll have some extra highlights into crypto questions.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, that's a really great component, having the live stream component where people can actually see it. It's like pretty much live, and they can compete and enter into it anywhere across the world, right? I mean,
yeah, and that's the cool thing. So the live show part, we didn't come up with that. That's actually already a proven concept. So it all started back in 2017 in the US with HQ Trivia that launched the experience to actually be joining these live show tournaments where you can win fiat money. And who wants fiat money? But the interesting thing there is that it was a massive success. They had over 25 million downloads, and at their peak, they had 2.5 million players joining the same round.
Wow!
But you know what the problem was? And this is one of the main reasons that we are actually doing this as our first quiz game, since we actually solved a huge problem with the power of blockchain technology. Even though HQ Trivia was a smashing success with metrics never before seen in an app, and it spread like wildfire all across the world. We have one here in Sweden, in the Nordics. But the problem for them, since they're handling fiat money and they have a game show connected to sending out fiat money to their winners, they're restricted in the sense that they can't grow beyond their own borders. Because if you launch this live quiz show where you actually give money to people that win these games, then you can only do it in your own domestic market. Because if you want to grow beyond that, you can't do that because you can't send money all across the world unless you do it with blockchain technology. So that's a cool thing that we actually solved. And the last thing I'll mention on that end is also that the average prize winnings in these fiat play to earn games, if you want to call them that, is that the average price is roughly $2.3 or $2 to $3. And it takes forever to send them out. The average lead time is like 2 to 3 weeks if you even win some money in those games. So the winnings are quite small. But with the introduction of the MIMIR token, we will actually be able to facilitate transactions to anyone around the world, which is a game changer in it of itself. But we'll also be able to have huge prize winnings. And perhaps the MIMIR quiz will have the final answer to the question of who wants to be a millionaire.
Yeah, I love it. So, with this token, this is essentially how you're going to be rewarding people on the platform for playing, whether they're playing in the live or they're playing in the 1v1, right? So you have a chance to be earning these tokens. And then there's also a staking component here as well, right? With the token itself.
Yeah, so the token has some very outstanding utilities. So it's a utility token in that sense. So we use it to reward our players through our play to earn model. So that's something that is a centerpiece of our tokenomics, where we more or less have allocated 40% of our total supply to our play to earn model. So that's something very cool. So people can just grind it out in 1 versus 1, or they can join these live shows and win money into MIMIR token, as well as earn MIMIR tokens. So in essence, that's something at the core of these games. Another utility that is actually quite fascinating is that our blockchain developer has built in a decentralized governance in this MIMIR token. And what this actually means is that users or holders of the MIMIR token will actually have voting rights in the sense that they can participate in voting on company matters and strategic business decisions, like what games should be developed or other community activities that we do. And on top of that, we also have the staking. We have a very rewarding pre-staking and staking program, which you can dive more into on our website. So those are the highlights of the utility. So in essence, we solve a huge problem with the power of blockchain technology. We have an outstanding token utility and a strong use case. And also worth mentioning is that the MIMIR quiz, although it will be our first game, it will not be our only game. So we are already in production of launching another game in Q1, and the MIMIR token will be the native currency in all of our games coming out.
Very cool. So a lot of utility there behind this token, and you guys are getting ready to do, like you said, an IEO and IDO later this month with the launch of the actual MIMIR quiz happening on both app stores here at the beginning of November. So I mean, you guys are right here at the cusp. But I can't wait to actually check this out and see how I can win some MIMIR tokens. I wouldn't say I'm the best at quizzes, but if you're going up against Stache, guys, you may be in some trouble there. You may be in some one versus one trouble.
I think we have a theme for our next video together. It's going to be you and me dueling it out in 1 versus 1.
Oh, dude, I love that challenge. You're on, man. You're on. I got this. No, I don't know, man. I may have just walked into a trap here. Someone who has centralized access to all the database questions. Maybe that's how.
How decentralized was it now, buddy?
Yeah, exactly. Well, hey, Victor, thanks so much for joining me here and talking about MIMIR and the brand new game you guys have coming out. I think a quiz game like this could be a really big hit, and I'm looking forward to checking it out once it hits the Play Store here the beginning of November. Before we go, is there anything else that you want to just let our viewers know?
Well, firstly, I want to thank you for having me on. I really love all the content you're pushing out. You're doing God's work in that sense. Lastly, some comments to our to the people watching this is that check our website out, mimirquiz.com. We have already building this momentum with a strong community. So we have lively discussions on Telegram and Twitter. So check that out and stay tuned. There are still possible ways to get in early in the form of our IDO and IEO. So make sure you act fast in that sense to be part of this amazing adventure that we are going to be on. And hopefully we will have many of your viewers joining us on this adventure. So I truly thank you for having me on. And if anyone wants to reach out to our core team here at MIMIR, you can just hit us up on Telegram and we will be able to answer any and all questions.
Perfect. Well, we'll have those links down below in the description for you guys. But I think that's all we have for today, folks. Until next time, stash that crypto.